Hello and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We're going to do another one of our base pages tonight, a layout in our All About That Base, 20 base pages in 20 days. This is a trip to Six Flags that I'm going to do, and it was back in 2022 with my daughter and her 4 boys. You can see she's having a blast. These 2 are not so sure about it. And then this is me and the other 2, and we're having a blast. But these 2 are kind of like, this is the log ride at Six Flags, one of our favorite rides. So we're going to do this. This is my base page, just this with the square inside the square. But I decided I needed something else down here to kind of be a shelf, not that side, to be a shelf for those pictures. So I'm going to add a little something down here. I need to also add my glasses so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. I liked this base page, and I don't know who made this, and I don't know who did I think these little, this little banner thing came with this, and then I cut out the log ride out of just some die cut letters. But I don't know who did that. There wasn't a name on it. I do wish that people would put their name on their swap items, on their embellishments, because I do like to give them credit for them. The tag that I'm going to put on here, Allison McIntyre made, and it goes really good with this layout. Okay, but I just felt like I needed a little bit more of a shelf down here to set those pictures on. And I'm going to put the bigger one on top and the smaller one kind of tucked back in behind it. And then I want this tag back in there. Maybe something kind of like that. So let's get those down just a little in the middle to hold it for now. A little in the middle. I got more than a little in the middle sometimes. Let's pull that up just a little. Okay. You can tell I used some scrap white. These are double matted. I matted them in this color, and then I also matted them in the white just to give them a little better distinction against these kind of aqua turquoise papers. And then I want this tag. Like I said, Allison McIntyre made this. And I want it right up there, and then I got to figure out how to get the rest of this. That may have to go on foam or something. We'll see. Let's get our tag down. And keep our little fish above us there. I did have to take one little fish off. I've got a dog scratching on the door because she wants to go out, and I had to go let the dog out. She was scratching on the door. I do not want her scratching on the door. She's got puppies in there, and she thought she needed to go out, so she wasn't going to wait for an answer. Okay, so I've got to get this figured out up here so that I don't get it off the page or anything. I think that'll work. So let's get that down before I lose kind of where it needs to go. I like these little flags. Oops, just don't mess that up. Let's keep it together here. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they came with this. I just don't know who did it. I don't know because it doesn't have a name. I just used one of my alpha sets to cut the log, and then a little bitty set for the ride, because I didn't have enough tags to do log ride on everything. I thought, that's fine. Just to put in it, just kind of squished it together and put it on that one, and think it looks just fine. I don't think they call it the log ride anymore. It's Astorado or something like that. I don't know. I can't read the fancy writing on that. But this is one of the pictures that they take there. We don't normally buy them, but I wasn't taking many pictures that day, and I thought, I'll just buy one. So I think I'm going to put that on some foam so that it sits above everything. See what we can do with that. I didn't really plan on doing that, but I think I shall. And I'm not going to put it out to the edges because I've got some like splashes to put in under some of this stuff, so I need some room in under it. And it's pretty substantial. So we're just going to, some people just literally cover the back of their stuff with their foam, and I don't. I never have a problem with it in my binders, my books, my albums, so I don't. But I need room to tuck my splashes, my water splashes under here. So I want to kind of lap it over everything. So Log Ride Splash is my title. I've got my pictures down. Now I've got a bunch of splashes. They're not really splashes. I don't know what these are, to be real honest about it, that I cut out of just some scrap paper and white and the darker color and just a little bit of everything, just to get some things to put around on the page. Let's see, I've got some pieces of splashes, so let's keep these whole ones. I cut some that were, on some smaller scraps so that I thought I had more white though. I thought I had more white than that. So that one was on a corner. I seem to have more of this than anything. But I just kind of wanted them sort of all over the page. Move that one up. Maybe put one down here. Let's see. We've got that is really a little tiny piece. But it might work in there. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Oh, I've got these little flip-flops that I'd forgot. These were clear acetate, and I just put them on some white so that they would, everything shows through that clear acetate. So I put them on some white. I think I'm going to stick them somewhere. You could either put them over here or over there. Let's see where they look the best. There. Or there. Or there. I think this side's a little small. Let's put them back over here. That one looks wide to me. No. Let's stick it under there. I'm going to cut this one down. It just looks wide to me. Just looks too wide. Now she's barking because she wants in. She's just going to have to wait. I may cut this one down just a little too, because I can. That way they won't look quite so big sticking out there. Okay. Narrow this one down just a little more. That probably didn't change much, but I feel better about it. So I'm going to stick those right under there. And I may even figure out how to put a splash in on top of them. Let's cut this splash and put it right in on top of them. Yep, just like that. And I've got, this was actually on that same acrylic page as these, and you can see the little flower matches this. And I was thinking that I would put these splashes around. So let's get all of this glued down, and then we'll decide if we need those. I'm just going to raise this up and squirt some glue in under there. I tell you, these mama dogs, they do not like to be out away from their babies for very long, and so you can hear her out there barking, but she needs to be out a little while. Okay, let's get this white one back over here. Kind of liked it there. Get this one. These look more like fireworks than splashes, but it's all I had. So if it's all you got, it's all you got. You know, I do have a lot of scrapbooking stuff. But I can remember when I didn't have hardly any, and I still enjoyed scrapbooking just as much. You just do with what you've got and enjoy it and have fun, and you know, you're preserving memories regardless. I'm going to put that there, and then I'll trim it off. Yep, she's getting pretty persistent out there. But I used up a bunch of scraps doing this, and got something documented, and that's what really matters. Before I forget, in the description box, there will be the link to Ginger's Corner, this hop that we're doing, all about the base, 20 base pages in 20 days. Super playlist, super playlist. It, a lot of people are participating in this, and so just get on there and enjoy, because it is a super playlist. And you can just click the playlist and watch one right after another. They're all different, and a lot of inspiration. A lot of inspiration there. Okay, I think that's everything I have. Well, there's one more of these, but I don't see that I need it anywhere. I guess I could stick it right there. Or what if we stick it up here? Hate to leave one. I may cut it down and put part of it there and put part of it over here. I don't want to just leave one of anything, because then it'll end up in my color drawer for who only knows how long. So I'm going to stick it right in under there. None of it will have to be trimmed. Stick this little piece right in under here. And as usual, I've got another busy layout, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Now, to decide if we want these splashes, I mean, I have enough. It doesn't need them. So I think I'll just save this. I might need it. I might use it whole for something sometime. And there's a lot on here. So I think I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I may trim these little ribbons a little bit, or I may just bring them down and tuck them in, like, you know, glue them down like that. But I like it. I think it's kind of cute. It documented our trip to Six Flags. And I thank you for dropping by my channel. Have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else.